The most powerful drug empires in the world often fall not through massive police raids or years of surveillance, but by pure accident. In Leeds, West Yorkshire, one of the most surprising takedowns in recent UK drug history happened not because of a snitch or a covered agent, but because of a delivery driver's dashcam. This story is not about some cartel hiding in the shadows of the Colombian jungle or the Italian mafia running heroin across Europe. It is about a group of young, seemingly ordinary men who built a sophisticated drug operation in a northern English city, and how their empire crumbled because of something so small, so trivial, that it could have been overlooked in any other circumstance. But the camera saw everything. Let's go deep into the real story behind the Leeds drug empire, how it rose, what kept it running, and how one careless mistake brought it all crashing down. The rise of the operation. The city of Leeds, with its growing population and strong student presence, is a modern urban hub. But beneath the surface of its nightlife, clubs, and universities, there has always been a demand for drugs, especially cocaine. That demand created a lucrative opportunity for those bold enough to supply it. The group that would later be labeled by prosecutors as a well-oiled criminal enterprise was made up of 5 men, all in their 20s and 30s. Some had minor criminal records, others appeared clean, but all of them shared one thing: ambition. They built a courier-style delivery network, similar to your favorite takeaway app. Customers would text or call a dedicated number, place an order, and within minutes, a driver would arrive with the product. Payment was quick, communication was encrypted, the operation was discreet, and most importantly, it was working. For years, they moved thousands of pounds worth of cocaine across the city. Police later estimated the gang had pushed around 1.5 million worth of drugs during the operation's lifetime. But it was not just the money that gave them power, it was how smoothly everything ran. Each man had a role. Some handled the phones, others drove. One man focused solely on packaging and weighing. They even had rules: keep a low profile, never carry too much, and avoid violence. They wanted to look invisible. For the most part they were, until the dashcam caught them slipping. The mistake that changed everything. On an ordinary weekday afternoon in 2022, a delivery driver working for a well-known logistics company was going about his usual routine. Park, drop the package, scan next address. But at one delivery spot, something caught his eye. 2 men were acting strange. One appeared to be handing something small and tightly wrapped to the other. The exchange was quick, but there was tension in the air. The driver noticed the men glancing around nervously. What the men did not realize is that the delivery van had a dash cam, a high-definition one that ran continuously, even when parked. The driver did not think too much of it in the moment, but something about the encounter stuck in his mind. He later checked the footage just to be sure. When he zoomed in on the interaction, he realized what it might have been. He handed the footage to the local police just to be safe. That one decision, reporting a strange moment, triggered one of the most thorough investigations West Yorkshire police had run in years. Operation Blowtorch begins. The footage was handed over to the Serious Organized Crime Unit. Officers reviewed the exchange, enhanced the footage, and cross-referenced the 2 faces with local databases. Within weeks, they had a match. Surveillance teams were formed. Undercover units started tracking the suspects. Phone lines were tapped. Waste bins were analyzed. And slowly, piece by piece, the structure of the gang started revealing itself. They discovered that the group operated under rotating phone numbers, known in the drug world as graft phones. These were disposable devices used for a short period and then swapped to avoid detection. The numbers were passed around Leeds in encrypted messages, graffiti, and word of mouth. Detectives were astonished by how organized the group was. There were detailed ledgers hidden in encrypted apps, tracking orders and payments. They rotated shifts like employees at a legitimate business. Drivers had specific routes. Everyone was paid. It was a business, just an illegal one. The raid and the evidence. After months of surveillance, Operation Blowtorch launched a coordinated raid. Officers stormed multiple properties at the same time: homes, flats, garages, and even an old warehouse that had been converted into a processing lab. What they found was staggering: thousands of pounds in cash stuffed into shopping bags, dozens of burner phones, lists of names and phone numbers, cocaine wrapped in branded packaging to look like it came from an international supplier. They even found uniforms, high-vis jackets, courier logos, and car magnets used to disguise drivers as legitimate delivery workers. The entire city had been fooled. Police found that the operation delivered drugs near schools, universities, and even hospitals. But no one suspected a thing because everything looked normal, until that dashcam clip cracked it wide open. The courtroom unveiling. In court, prosecutors laid out the case in painstaking detail. The leader of the group, a 31-year-old man from Beeston, had built the empire from scratch. He recruited people he trusted, he gave them clear roles, and he used technology, burner phones, encrypted messaging, multiple cars, to stay ahead. But he overlooked one thing: public eyes. In court, the dashcam footage was played repeatedly. Jurors saw the transaction, the nervous glances, and the clear handoff. That clip became the foundation of the case. Defense lawyers tried to argue it was circumstantial, but by then, the rest of the evidence was overwhelming. All 5 men were found guilty of conspiracy to supply class of drugs. Sentences ranged from 5 to 12 years. Some showed remorse. Others did not say a word, but the damage had already been done. Their empire was dismantled. Their network collapsed. What made this gang different? Most street-level drug operations are sloppy. They rely on violence, intimidation, or chaotic foot traffic. But this one was different. It was organized, structured, almost professional. Police said it was one of the most carefully constructed operations they had seen in years. And that is what makes the ending so ironic. It was not a rival gang or a turf war, not a betrayal or an undercover cop. It was a random delivery driver, someone just doing his job with a camera mounted on his dashboard. It is a reminder that in the digital age, nothing stays secret for long. The bigger picture Leeds is not unique. Across the UK, cities like Manchester, Birmingham, and London are dealing with the same pattern: discreet, tech-savvy criminal networks running drug delivery services like Uber Eats. They rely on invisibility, speed, and silence, but the Leeds case shows that no operation is truly invisible. All it takes is one moment, one mistake, one camera. Since the arrests, West Yorkshire police have intensified their crackdown on urban drug networks. They have launched new surveillance initiatives, expanded community outreach, and worked with tech companies to track encrypted communications. But the work is far from done. This is not just a story about drugs or crime. It is about how technology can work both ways. Criminals use it to hide, but ordinary people use it to expose. One dashcam became a mirror held up to an entire criminal world, and what it reflected shocked even seasoned investigators. In the end, the empire did not fall because it was weak. It fell because someone was watching, and they pressed record. If you found this story compelling, subscribe for more real-life crime documentaries. We cover the stories behind the headlines, the hidden details, the human decisions, and the moments that changed everything. Because in the world of crime, the truth is often stranger than fiction,